Yes.
But over no to drugs, then you are rehabilitating yourself. Remember how relax is. But remember high at your own space.
That's true.
And they are very smart to such an extent. But there is somebody they are married. Wives are not even aware.
Hello, people. Welcome to another sequel. Man, it is very hot today. It is very hot. There's a saying what but I'm sweating like a pig, and I'm beyond that. Anyway, thank you very much for being part of this discussion. Why it's like a press is busi so and today, oh hey, today if you have issues. If you have issues, how matata, you might see yourself in this conversation. You might find yourself in this conversation. How le mosha onale dilo tse lo king udila ka tsone. I think, but anyway, before ke tsena mo go yone that one. Okay. Today, as you can see, I am sitting next to Neliswa Manyesa, who is a child and youth care worker. Now, what you need to know is that before ke go amogela semmuso ba re ga gona ntlo e sa neleng. I think
Correct.
ke tsone se tswana seo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for actually agreeing to sit with us. It is going to be a lovely discussion, I can see. Now, before we even go further, who is Neliswa? So that you know, who are we talking to today? Who is Neliswa? And no Neliswa Otwakai, who is not just tell us.
Okay, it's good. Okay, Neliswa Manyesa, wa mo number 1 in the Northwest. I'm a child youth care worker. I have been in this profession for, I think, more than 12 to 13, if I'm not mistaken.
12, 13 years?
Yes, in this field. Being a child youth care worker comes with a lot of package, anyway, if I can say. Because being a child youth care worker, you work holistically with children, especially those who face trauma on a day-to-day basis. Those who are neglected, I can say, we engage more with children.
Wow.
Or let me say young people.
Wow.
We are working with.
But is it something say Lohore when you do it like because it's trauma.
Yeah, being a child care worker, like I said, it comes with a package, but honestly, it requires passion. If you love what you're doing, then you can become a child care worker.
So when we're talking about this thing, very nicely, as a social worker.
Yes. Most people they confuse these roles.
Okay.
There's a child care worker and then there's a social worker.
Okay.
The social worker is those ones. Papa Dilenka psychosocial support as a whole.
Okay.
Then there's us child care worker. You see, it says child and youth care worker, meaning I'm limited.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just working with children. Let me start by saying I'm just upholding the rights of young people.
Oh, okay.
My role there is just to uphold, is to teach, is to make them independent.
Oh, and I'm sure happy is to protect.
Definitely. Because when you uphold the rights, you protect them. I'm going to give you an example because normally it goes along with examples so that you can understand this care working further.
Yes.
Like for instance, normally when we have funerals, we lost the loved ones, you see colleagues coming, relatives coming from far. They don't focus on kids, how they are doing, how they are coping. It's only about us adults. Are you good? Are you okay? We tend to forget about these young people that you are working with. You understand? The only time we'll give these kids attention is at the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Then after day, it's done.
Oof.
So our kids are every day they're experiencing these emotional difficulties.
You know, I've never thought about it that way. As much as we feel pain and we go through a certain type of trauma, especially with the funerals and stuff like that, but I've never thought of it as you know, what about the kids?
That's right. This is where this care working. Beside it, we advocate for children. We ended up one the parents by deceased, there and there. As a role we are care worker to see to it for the proper documents, placed in school, everything. That is why care working is different in all these settings. There's first setting the organization,
Yes.
the NGO,
Yes.
whereby it's OVC, Orphans and Vulnerable Children at Risk. Ne? You find it to oh, mama face. What are you doing with these kids? Back psychosocial support holistically. High broken. The circle of courage is not broken. Ne? And nearly all the aspects. Physical, cognitive, spiritual, all they must be made. Now I can give you an example. It's because of whatever the the GBV, the emotional difficulties, the traumas. So we need care workers out there. All these emotions. Like I was saying, NGO, we go deeper. We are there in the secure centers. They used to call it Busasa, now it's secure centers.
Okay.
Care workers are there. They must provide these kids. But okay, Udlewa did a mistake from outside. Now you are here. So that it is our role.
Also, there's a video work the roles, the unfortunate thing here in these days is that Rebana Baba certain traumas or what is in certain traumas, but responsibility of raising Bana. And yet only trauma and then get a bridge because I feel like as much as only one thing that we preached a lot is teenage pregnancy. It's a lot. They are from just going to adulthood.
Yeah, I understand you. It's a lot, like you were saying. It's very difficult to break that bridge.
Yeah.
It is very difficult. That is why we ended up having referrals.
Okay.
As a care worker, when you see or no, now this is beyond me. This is beyond my scope. You refer. You work as an MDT.
Okay.
You refer to particular people so that they can deal with the situation, go deeper to it.
Okay.
Myself is to identify. And once I've identified, I must develop a program. It will meet the unmet needs. The unmet needs kids on it in trauma. Remember, example. That is why a certain behavior in a so every time when I display a certain behavior, you must dig deeper. For why I behave so, you will see to it what there is something behind it.
I'm not going to talk because I think dealing with a human, because you are dealing with a human brain, trying to understand for it. Into a so a hangwana dirayana it's okay. And I kind of what they don't want to come forth and just say for it to
that is why how there are the observation, the behavior is that like a baseline. If you don't control it, that baseline, it will escalate until you to the trigger part, until you know everything's in messed up. And then as it's messed up, you must just come again hard. Emotions until they go back to the baseline.
Ooh.
Now the problem comes more in what, like you were saying, re gola ka trauma, re tla go godisa ka trauma.
Yes.
Now the problem is re break yang this bridge. Ke batla topic ya ka le wena e tle mo.
Please.
It's an interesting part because how go bonolo? Because I feel like if it was easy, nka be re sa iphitlhele no yana re le mo tlhakatlhakanong e le ha se le mo go yona.
Yes, that's true.
People killing each other, like.
No, nka be really sharp. I think
Nka be really sharp.
a lot of things can be kgone go dissolve.
Yeah. So it means we must do something.
I was having an interview not so long ago. The unfortunate part was due to technical problems. I was speaking to Letlogo Nolomotse, and then he mentioned something. He mentioned his traumas as a child, and they involved living with Motsado Lorking and Anasa Mokhatalili, but Honalabana in the surroundings. It as if Okhatella Banabawa fella and a by the way child, or okay, one always king, I say, how about those same traumas, say Banababan and Litoni, one out like knows Neliswa or one out or show the symptoms, Sahore, he is going through something or she's going through something similar, Sahore, with a happen or talk or because now, but I didn't whenever Baba Horisa Banjaka Bahodisich. Some of them are even close to suicide.
We do came across situations like that. That is why you need to tap onto your past before dealing with this profession or because how's I deal with past?
You mean you as?
I mean me as a child with care worker.
Okay.
I'm talking about me now.
Oh, wait. This is a child.
This is a child.
Where now?
Now.
Yes.
What
about this issue? Yes.
This issue. Lynn, I was a child before.
Oh yeah.
Can I issues?
Oh yeah.
But for me to deal with this child, the issues I should deal. I should tap to my past first, so that I can be able to deal with it. Because if kesa deal with the issues that, if other some things are automatically.
One level. So this only shows what no more to you.
Like.
But how do you deal with yours? Because kind of then you need to remain professional.
That is why in most cases in this profession, child care worker, social workers, or let me say welfare as a whole, we need debriefing now and then.
Oh yeah.
Whereby you go and debrief. When say whatever says so that how would you to someone? What would it clean?
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot. Because once or like example. Example, if been raped before, who is raped, how are you going to deal with it?
Oof, it's deep.
How are you going to deal with it?
It's deep.
It's very deep. It's all emotions now. If you are not ready.
Yes.
That is why, but we do have that thing, if you look or in a facility and then you come across something selling, it triggers you. Being an orphan at an earlier stage, it used to trigger me then. Like, grow up being an orphan, and then people will say, hey, why not? Then I was like, why?
Like you did not understand.
Like, why? I had to explain every now and then, or no. My parents passed on almost same year.
Yes.
Difference happened in
Oh no.
So, I'm in May,
July.
Early the following year. So, as a period of months, we counted 8 or 9. But
Wait. So, you haven't healed from the first one?
You haven't. And then bam, there's a second one.
And there's no healing even from the second one?
There's no healing because I was young. Remember, I was young. And this thing happened. I want to when you are young, engage in certain things. You just, especially if the funeral arrangements, return like banagi bana. You are not giving that platform. Okay, Lena, I would love to choose this tombstone for mama. Or maybe this coffin for mama.
Oh yeah.
You don't even say.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't even say, no, ke kopa go bua ko funeral ya gago. Hai o ngwana.
But I think you are so right, and in a lot of cultural restrictions mo go yona. O fitlhele go te go boniwa mama or ra go direla mama what as per our tradition. E heletsa yona e blocka the psyche of the child and dealing with the death, like o bua hore o feletsa re sa tlhola sheba le hore ngwana ene a reng or ngwana ene o ikutlwa yang. O ikela family ile ya lo Neliswa. How do you intervene?
That is why careworkers are cultural competence.
Yes.
You must, as a careworker, you must know different cultures.
Yes.
And kore o tshwanetse o itse ebile o ska wa nyatsa culture epe. For example, yone e ya funeral. Wa go tsena ko lapeng lewa ba re ngwana ha bone move.
Yes.
Your role there. Tshwanetse ba rute gore if a sa bone ga e go nna le closure.
Yes.
But what are we doing to this particular child? A bone mama gage a bone gore this is the reality o tlhokafetse. Ke o. Then we are closing the coffin. Then the way it is
Yeah.
but how does someone allow that thing? You must sit, it's very difficult, especially
Yes.
It's very difficult because like initiation school, one had to like a certain age, it's a must to go.
Yes.
For what? You must teach these people who no. Being cultural competence is not like we don't agree for a lot of detail. But I check it. What are you doing to one?
So come on, in a position whether the child likes it or not.
Whether likes it or not. I remember I'll give you one example. Like example so that I remember my aunt
Yes.
So in 2010 at the World Cup, I can never first born. So by then I know
Okay.
Praise God.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So
Yes.
My sisters
Yes.
is my firstborn. My aunt like
Yes.
We are on the 4th generation.
Yes.
Because now we believe more.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? As because especially as an elder, I know.
As an elder, by then often you don't have mama, you don't have backup.
Sure.
You understand?
Yes.
And then you know can do abo anti mo gore. O tla ruriwa o a re
next.
Satan. Di sa Satan.
Yes.
So, re kopana le jone go fielding. Dilo tse di tshwana le tseo. O ya go family o greye ngwana o maga go tlhokafetse. That's how dira background ya gago. Ke bedwetting or tele diko. So as a child careworker, you must figure out why ngwana o are tele diko. Remember busigo rena in the dark. Gonna le fifi mo room. Wa boifa. Maybe muni o naganne mama. O end up a communicator, but communication ya rona ha sa tlhole e le verbal. You go there, you observe, you identify, then you can deal. Let the situation you kopana le yona.
How it say jaka intsela o
Ha o itse jaka ntsote. O na le 16 years mara o rutela dikobo. Remember I told you. Behavior gona le go etswang go teng.
Go etswang teng.
Ha gona behavior e itlelang ela go teng. Go sto to ha ba tlo go dira. Go behavior etswang teng. Kona le lebaka ka morago. So your role is to dig deeper. Why are you go? You go deeper, you sit with the child. Let's when I close my eyes, keep on a man. So obviously.
It's a mulamu. There's a problem. Snap.
Maybe uncle mo udira ka batla ka ngwana. Busigo ngwana ya no onna mo wa ntlhaloganya. Wa tshoga. So when as a parent, you tend to be ignorant.
But why is it always Bomalome, man? Like, I've heard this thing, Bomalome got with the
Yeah, it's Bomalome because remember Bomalome are a little man. Settings is Bomalome ke package. It's a full package.
It's a legal.
Bomalome. Baba nge bomalome baba mbabona bana ka tsela e ba bona ka yona.
Oh yeah, they see them as potential.
So no yana re tshaba le buisa a mere school transport o nna le fear as a parent.
I'm worried about that one.
Ko re ke go bolelela gore once o ya mmereko you are a mom o tsoga ba mmereko o tshwanetse o ne ngwana malome go na le batsadi ba ba sa itseng bo malome ba ba tsang bana ba bona. O itse ela account number gore ke transfer bo kae kana go iso mara ha ka mara gore malome tsa ngwana ga go ke mang wa go itse malome hela malome ka misa go tsa ngwana tla ba shiwa detentions mara hela njenje di se ke gore ke re le rona we are too ignorant o kreye o tsena bile go dira university o botla go ene khale a re tela diko what did you do a 16-year-old with the relay.
Wow. But one has been embarrassed thoroughly.
You understand?
Yes.
Hey. So udira ini. How are you saying? Because la gore so ga bana ga dikobo. What are you doing, mama?
Khona le batsadi o Neliswa ba ile gore you find that they have, I don't want to use these words again but they have sacrificed their kids for the sake of relationships. Officially, motsadi ale abused or the partner is the provider. But hamme se yo mona in nine muntu.
Yeah.
The case students in yellow, do you come across them within our communities?
We do. A lot.
No, because ra itse ngwana ga se gantsi bana ba ka bua or bana ba ka nna free go bua se ba heta mo go sone. Lo thuba yang le bota lewa gore lo fitlhelle ngwana.
That is why you need to be approachable. Very approachable. You build a rapport. We call it a rapport. Your rapport must be very good to such an extent that the child is going to easily open up to you. That is why we feel the nyaruna. We don't wear high heels. We don't put on makeup. We do if we go out, but a real care worker doesn't put on makeup, doesn't wear high heels. Because when you go to field, you're going to wait again. Challenges.
Oh yeah.
Because I would say if remember you teach. You do with, you don't do for. You do with.
I'll go textbook where no.
Ne?
Yeah.
So if kids are not go then ka bona gore ke bana ba dula le mosadi mogolo a khone magogo o ma 90 something or 80 something ka dihili tsaka go foshini mai ke tlo fielana a khona khale.
No, that's true.
But doesn't amole o role teki ya gago wa itse gore okay bana ba bontsha ke first day, this is how we do it. We clean tlhatso dikotlolo ba ya go senting ba goja, you pack a lunch box for magogo gotlo. Then definitely gonna give them 2 to 3 days o yo ba check gape ka kry mole le mole okay ba hlatsitse hempe marabe tlhatsa school. Then you do it but not for, because when you do for they will never know.
Oh yeah.
That is why you teach independence, because how we engage for a long time. Remember, ratio is my ratio was 1:10. I don't remember, but So if you're gonna do 4, malapa le 10.
You're not doing anything.
So if udirela lelapa le, they will never be independent. Ba go dependa mo.
Okay, that's true.
So you must do so that you can disengage. And I would say not to say no. Now, I never gonna go school on their own. They can do their homeworks on their own. Now you disengage. Now go have a child. You go find another family. Care, love, and support. And then you deal with it again. There was a birth certificate, a child support granted. You deal with it.
There's another one that I want to ask you, but I'm more concerned more this thing ya hore ngwana ke ene ya no mme wa mo lapeng, even though mme antsa le teng ngwana o tshabile go bua, but finally when I like o buile o risking o tsamale no build a trust mo ngwaneng ole how o goga yang motsadi o le ya no gore itle go nna ena tla go rabela.
It's a challenging one because, like you were saying, if the father is a provider, it's not an easy thing. One not under that trauma situation.
That's true.
Because of if one no abuan need breadwinner go ilela yalo ga go bonolo ebile ga se gantsi o ka nna le that opportunity ya go kry-a the exact information. But how ntse o ya, like I was saying, o build a good rapport. Ngwana a tshimolla a nna le trust. A tshimolla a bona your face regularly. A tshimolla a kgona go go tshepa. There will be that day. Ya tla bua. Even it can take nako e kae. Nako yone ya go tla gotla. Ya gore a bui e tlo go tla. Through the referrals, like I was saying earlier, if you see more is beyond my scope, you refer. Remember, there's a subs, there's social worker, there's psychologist. Look at again, the priest is one of the NDT. Yes, so you refer and then likely Batlebakari too show. Example, I remember there was this other lady who abidiwa ke boyfriend. Ne? Amo shape mapotsi ale. So ha re le mo MDT re na le fan work in re le gore ba prepare. So this other lady had to bad issues mo tafoleng wa bua gore guys, we must teach this woman to be independent. Ska dependa mo motho wa ntate. Because ke yone e end up ang dira gore re nne abused. Wa go shapa by the moment go pela gore yo kena patela transport ya bana. Kena re kan dijo. You go back. Kanti hanontswe o le ko Shoprite o thila. Ntla bo gona go itse gore no ke motho, I'm not a punching bag. So end up re cholla di case. Letsa bana re pallo ke go forward. Mama pollo ke go tla re ke bona ngwana ke ha sharp. A ila tshimolla gore ke papa tla. Ngwana wa rasediwa ba bolela gore e helela mo. So re kopana le tsone di family tse di yalo, like I was saying, they are a bit challenging.
Because there are child-headed families by looking to gain a provider, but they have by to a certain age. I feel like in a certain trauma you sort of forget to be a child on
talking about child-headed families, it's kibone by long but need a support more than anyone because you understand?
Yes.
You must take care of your siblings. Olala alila the whole night. Then in the morning, teacher will expect the horror.
Wow. And you must also be focused and you
must be focused.
You must be diligent.
Until you focus there,
yes.
And I don't know.
Also, but you get into a family in Yalo. How can you? Okay, I understand how to debrief you and stuff, but I'm thinking as a mere civilian, Moto saying into that profession, I would be attached to a certain family with Kifila Rash. I can't leave.
No, you
Khona
become,
yang?
you become attached. I remember Lina Kunale Ekeling attached to Moyo Dry Hats. But you end up, I get there's a time for disengagement.
Okay.
You need to disengage. Like it or not.
Okay.
You must disengage.
But-
that is the whole thing, how Bergika to be too attached.
But it's human nature.
It's human nature. I understand you, I get you, but you have to disengage at the end. That is why your responsibility. If you find a child-headed family,
Yes.
you must advocate. SASA, food puzzles,
Yes.
they must be there. Advocate for child support grant or foster care, depending on the situation. We are happy about the budget. Alright? We are happy about in this.
This is your family.
This is your family.
Yes.
It is your family. When you arrive, remember, Haneke Bereka OVC. Home visit.
Yes.
Home visit. You wake up as a child care worker. You prepare yourself to go to your family. Now they are part of your life. This is your family. You don't come every day.
Okay.
But you must go once in a while. Why do you have to go? You must go and see Hore. Bachokile, Batapile, Ajele. They are ready for school. And then on a break. Now go good settings at the NGO.
Yes.
Medical care worker. Have a little high. Now you take your POE. You sit down. You go through one, you are okay. Mo family niya ko ha Manyesa. Ke tlhoka the birth certificate. Now on a weekly plan. Okay, Monday I must hit home affairs. Then Tuesday at SASA. Go kopela bale 15. The food puzzle. You understand?
Yes.
And then ke na le wine ke khona tlang go di polasi. Yena tshwantse ke go kawana le principal.
Because I was about to ask that question. Yes. In the middle of the year.
Certificate. Principal Len, ko sekolo mo ntse re produce. A se tse re wa produce ene o re o buile age. Ntse le go di-placing.
Go mo go let's go di plus.
Go let's go di-placing. O 12 years nga sa grade 1.
Jesus.
Ke ngwana. You uphold the rights of the young person. A right to education. I say na dilo ngora ba le go di-placing.
Yeah.
Transfer in school ngwana. A right to school. How is umuruto gore a right to school? Umuruto those rights have responsibilities.
And you're teaching somebody who's been responsible for Popelo Baha.
Young people that I'm working with, they know what a rights goes with the responsibility. You have the right to shelter. Yes, you're for RDP. Your responsibility is to take care of that RDP. Hygiene wise, clean everything. You have the right to clinic facility. Unala right. Your responsibility. If they give you medication, drink it. It is your responsibility.
To uphold
Children have a right to education.
Yes.
Their responsibility is to attend school, do homeworks. Key responsibility about it. When it is there. Children's Act. They have responsibility to this. But they know their rights. They follow their responsibilities.
Ooh. Wow. I'm getting tensed up because I'm thinking Kibana Balabakai that I've met in my life by Lohore, they are facing challenges still again. Some I will not understand in terms of sicknesses. But this one, where you find that Mama has met a new partner, and then the child now starts feeling neglected, or there's a sense of which was protection or overprotective to an extent. This guy got space you. How do you assure a child or papa or mama but decided to remarry or to get another partner? how can we see this person?
No, I get it during your home visit. Remember, if this is your family, during home visit, okay, papa o montsha.
Okay.
Or mona. What you can do as a child youth care worker, I get it, you want to build a relationship
Yes.
amongst these people.
Yes.
But you okay, TV together. Just the media television together. Papa's cat and I tell a morin. Papa said you'll joke morin. Drink here. You understand?
Okay, Papa.
Let Papa ignore Papa.
Yes.
Sit together with the kids.
Yes.
One halohan. Papa can engage. I can talk. Give Papa that chance. You have to do the homework. So that they can know what Papa ke Papa. Saturday, where is I live at Dorobo?
Okay.
We let us build this relationship. Sometimes the fear of unknown, the fear of unknown because have I easy for it. Remember, they were used to Papa Italy. Papa Mama suddenly coffee Milo Papa.
Yes, yes.
One time.
Yes.
Okay, how is it Milo? Papa Oja Pizzi to Zana.
Yes, not Jawan.
When Ojawa.
Yes.
Sometimes I say, Bakajakamas.
You.
Don't you see where you are contributing?
No, you are.
One time.
Yes.
So, Papa, as in, happen these things, we are moving from one relationship to the other without engaging our kids.
Oh, yes.
It's very wrong. Sit with your kids down.
Yes.
You sit with the kids.
Yes.
Mama na utlwana le malome mama. Malome mama ha sa le teng mo tshelong ba ka.
Okay.
Ha sa le mo tshelong ba ka.
Yes.
Now mama o na le malome mama.
Malome o montsha.
Wa ntlhaloganya.
Yes, yes.
As re na le tendency ya gore hey ke bana ha ba bone se.
Yes.
Bana ba bona. And then ba gola. Wa ntlhaloganya. Day in day out o tla ka malome o montsha 3 months malome o montsha. Wa khalemela yang a teenager. For no. Ga go diru yana. That is when it started le ro ka rona.
Yes.
Wa ntlhaloganya before ya go ngwaneng.
Elders.
Let's engage. Once you engage these young people, I want to start. And I want us to talk about this thing.
Yes.
When you visit me, I fail. Why? Because
Oh, yes. Trauma.
Wherever you come late, because of are checking the discipline number.
Yes, yes.
But you can say, okay, how I did a homework today? Meaning, Saturday, Haria ice cream, how Korea ice cream. Because if one Saturday, the good how did you not adult? The good lady,
Yes, that's true.
At some point, I actually born because I have the attitude towards that child.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Let's learn to discipline Banabarona Kasela right.
Yes, yes, that's true.
And anyway, you must also know what discipline is around. Discarded the private banner, the
Yes, yes. I think as parents, we must not weaponize the for the health of the child just because of discipline, and then we start to say how to you understand?
Correct.
You are weaponizing essentials.
That is why getting happily. We need to be very careful as parents. Hence, let's engage. Sometimes do le bana. Today, what do you guys want to eat today?
But those guys.
Here's the menu.
Those guys were so good. So
no,
let me tell you. I tried that. What's the mistake of my life?
I know, but I just know that freedom where like why is it to stimulate them as early as 3 years?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You can do stimulation. Auto get crash.
That's
crash
true.
away yourself.
That's
because
true.
when you say give me your right hand, white is.
Yes.
Your left Then you go open your wardrobe. What do you want to wear? What color is this?
Yes.
Are red. It's stimulating.
And you will find that you are doing more teaching than everyone logo crutch.
That is why we must stimulate as young as they are. Because once they go to on and off, switch the TV on, switch it off, sit down. You are stimulating your child. Once a while. Even on in the laptop. Like now let's type. Write your name. Answer agent media, but you are stimulating. But do you have time for our kids?
No, I don't think so.
We don't.
We're too busy trying to.
You are too busy for okay. Neliswa Wetla, I'm with Neliswa. But what about your child?
Now, also Neliswa, this part is more sensitive to me because when I found out you are not only life can deal you some cards but I was so impressed when I heard that you are and I think it's part of something we must learn professionally, not because I must start learning things professionally. What is that one code that I must use to someone? But what I also found out, you are raising a teenager and who also has should we call it a sickness, a diabetic sickness that is very, very sensitive and very dangerous at the same time. You get to, you said, before you even deal with somebody else.
Correct.
You get into a family, so you find there's that situation. You get into that situation, you must become the same woman only. As a young woman as you are.
Yes, for now I will say I'm strong.
Wow. What makes you strong?
I will say that because when I get diagnosed with I was 6 years.
Oh, that's very young.
And then I was young.
Yes.
I was also young.
Yes.
Like, now my child is 15.
Wow.
So, before kids get diabetes, I remember how I went to a comedy clinic in Kimberley. First day I had admission. I was around the local doctor. I think they were more than 5. So I was crying.
As a young child of 6 years.
You understand? So I mo waiting room, kala. Then but after so much 2 hours, doctor one pizza.
Wait, oh, you are in a waiting room. What happened? What
happened?
Yes.
Okay, it was a school holiday. And then at the school holiday, when I get in to order the land kubomat, Mortoha not frequently like one salon.
Oh yes.
And then about loser weight.
Yes.
Nickname I bomba because no child.
Oh yes.
So about loser. And then I lose hard.
Yes.
One salon. Then Mama had the granny came to him for like observing. I am not lose the meal. Then happy eating pattern. Unaja the wheat big 4. Okay. 5. One. Then like when I get you don't know. When I that thing, I don't want to go one. When I happy next I don't want to go can't you? I know push a couple start. Horror find out for Nali David, Bamusa Mutlinking Mo Gateway.
Yes.
Bamusa Barry at the following day for the X-ray. But Harry Bola got I feel like I'm week to an extent I remotely the more doctor finding.
Okay.
then fane ke re ga mo tshwara ga mo ireng o mo shebileng lana a ba diabetic a ba se tsatsing ya drip a ba founela netcare ile re tsena go Kimberley, that's it ba ntlhalosetsa gore the pancreas is no more functioning o tlo go tshela ka insulin then kore e nna o change botshelo ba gago all together then ka bilediwa di-dietitian wa ntlhaloganya e tla e nna remember ngwana o 6 years ga se tlhola ja danona ga sa ja sweets ga sa ja chocolate ke ngwana
ene ka nako ene wa di batla
ka nako wa di batla
yes
ke ngwana ga sa nwa juice you understand
yes
o na le certain dijo
restrictions tsa di-diet yale
nako ewa ga o bereke mmereko o shago
ga o gole shago
ga o gole shago diet yone ka go batla bo ma 2 points because they do have food ba na le di-biscuit ba na le di-custard ba na le everything ba na le ice cream ba na le fa jo di kry ka discount. Do you have discount mo down?
No.
Do you have private hospital mo down?
No.
So ha ngwana ke tla ka if ke sa itle ke Kimberley Freiburg
there's no transportation about the transport
ke gone Freiburg ke na le discount still I must drive 70 km go marekela biscuit or chocolate being a diabetic now tshwanetse e thute go itlhaba o tlhaba mo mpeng o tlhaba mo matsogong o tlhaba mo leroping o tshela ka nale ke daily bread
so we did that every day
like yaanong ke ya ko go wena so wa tsena ko family ngwana ke yo ke diabetes a kopana le family ba re o loile
o mo diagnose ka witchcraft
ba re ke o mo magage ke family ya gago you must deal with it how do you teach them gore and yaanong ba program le mama ngwana gore ke boloi the mother is programmed is there we tswadile like gore ke boloi you are a child care worker this is your family ngwana ke yo ha ise hospital o nsiwa dipitsana wa bona gore ai di-kidney tsa ngwana they are dying do something you are a child care worker do something advocate
so you start now doing referrals and
you must tshwanetse start ka go ba teach pele gore we do have diabetic mogolo gore ke sekoreng e tshwarang bana ke boloi that's what they are saying matloko ke ba go
yes o mama modimo ya nonna mo kotsing ya
you understand
probably o tlhokofetse tsa go kena loile ngwana
understand
only because we are not taught
gore matloko a
yes artsena ya and who qualifies for a certain disease now the painful part ya go bona but I'm sure you're already used to it and because now since the child was 6 he's a boy man. Since he was 6 years until this journey the type of attitude he has towards it like how because bana ba bangwe ka fitlhela ile gore ba nna shy some of them are
ngwana ke o like mother like sai o tshwana le nna but re nna le go nna weak le nna as a mother sometimes knowing very well gore botlhoko bo ja ngwana ke di internal organs every day remember sokore e affect the liver affect the kidneys you understand on daily basis whether what up the more sugar in nang go godimo e hokotsa vision ya gaga o bona melomo ya bone e nna too dry ke sign ya gore sebete liver ya affected ke sokore remember the white cells ha di sa tlhole di produce di tshwarela sokore ira ka e batla so tshwanetse a tlhabe insulin so that insulin e kgona go controlla sokore mo mmeleng e tsamaya ka nako eo nako e itseng you must inject nako e itseng you must inject because the pancreas ya isa le function nna lona pancreas ya rona ya tshela because ha re ka ja something no yana se se too sweet re ba re se ja over gona le mo go utlwa go fela batho ba re ya ntlapela it's because the white cell they are rejecting it or now I'm full enough ke shapo ka sokolo
yes
but mo go ene ga gona sepe se se reng ke sharp
It just continuously.
wa ntlhaloganya and once e ira yalo e kwatsa dilo tse dingwe mo mmeleng you understand
Yes, yes.
o frequenta ke ko toilet di-kidney that is why go teng le go nwa metsi ra ana but in the wrong way o ka se emelele litera metsi bosigo wa go robala wa re di-kidney di tlhatswela
That's true.
wa bona wa di bolaya now and then wa toilet now and then wa toilet so ga go easy like ngwana ke I remember ha na ya ko high school o mokhutsana so ha na ya ko high school was a problem because ke be ke mo isa psychologist
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was not dealing with it.
o nana le this thing ya gore ha psychologist a mpha feedback gore ngwana ga go are o tino ke gore ra bona re bitse tla bote he re le boga ha ne coke
Oh, yeah.
nantar I know I remember my sister o tla mfounela ke nbereka ko Mafikeng by then go classing go dirilwe cake like ba tla ba tlisa di cake
Yes, yes.
then mind you I say register sentle mo go teacher gore we have a diabetic type 2 patient mo classing so ha khatela batho di piece tsa di cake go ba mo pele ga motho ba thaise go nne ready to eat wa ga ile ba e ba a ba se tsa itsa because nasa ba that moment da gore you understand
So he was seizing the moment. Re mataka maleo.
so mo teacher a tsamang kwa
Wait,
a
okay.
re tlola gore
Yes.
o heditse then the teacher was panicking a phone na go gae and no yena go smart too much we say ke jele sweets but I will drink a lot of water ke flasha sokoro
What? So he's find a way.
boy and then ka nna ka tsamaya that is why ke reng sometimes it's just that hela if o le motsadi o na le support things di nna easier
Yes, yes, yes.
ke nnile le support from my aunt she's been there from my kids till today so Ria le know ya Dr. Mtsamaliwana
Shout out to Boomba.
yeah so le injection why injector it's just that last year late last year nana le problem was called copiage gote ga bone oh my god jana gape ga bone a ka go tsena kwa really na ene le bo mata ba gae they know gore ha go le yena nga founela mama gae
No, those are good friends.
then ha ke tla we rushed to Gary pero kopana le specialist aba molella gore ha ke go diring operation but you are developing cartilages mo matlong cutters mo matlong
Yes.
so I'm not going to remove them they are still small if you can go eat healthy take good care of yourself no need but if you allow that amount of sugar gore ene mo plus I get by tester on the finger
Yes, yes.
but mo mononeng ha e certainly like ya urine
Oh. Okay.
okay e dangerous ke dula mo body but yone I because doctor na marare ke bona di test tsa gago it's 12 15 it's still high
Yes.
but God is good
Wow. Oh no, you're a champion, man. You're a champion. You are. This is a calling for you. It's not just a miracle. It's a calling for you to be able to raise a child who's able to accept. Because I understand there are different stages before we can pass away. I think the first one is you are born. You go through the second one is you become a child now, okay, now this one and that one is like you're moving into adulthood. How do you prepare your child for there's another stage where automatically automatically is he prepared for that going into childhood? Because I love the fact that you're high school.
yeah
What type of discussions do you guys have?
we do have discussion in the daughter anyway we don't pizza nails I remember no December I really we went for shopping so what am I nails kids keep us so sharp sitting I can check up price it was $4.99 $3.50 then can get out no sharp sitting do you know when I was about to purchase scary yo ke bilela ke show it.
What do you mean?
Why? How do you, mama? We're not daughter.
Yes.
Oh, we live in Luyana. And I guess you should get show my. And only this thing, I remember the papa, it's a net, a beginning. Then papa, bona molim. Forever living, don't hot the molim, I think 500. So, Renali was a group really 3. Kinaki papa.
Yes.
So,
oh, you guys are co-parenting?
Yeah, we are co-parenting. Okay. So, how about something? Or about something? We are go WhatsApp group.
It's a meeting.
Yeah, it's a meeting.
Yes.
So, Papa, Archibald is was a do you know Aaron? Aaron was something that under to enjoy. How try lifespan again. I was hurt. Let me enjoy it, man. Kiri, why are you? Mama has a little. Oregase. Only that thing you have no man. So could I have a talk about it?
That hurts.
So I was like, I know why. So only that thing you have no, you want to be a gamer. I more budgeting your apple. Want to be a gamer? And I'm going to apple. You don't understand. If I became a gamer, I can the apple.
So that's a tough negotiator.
So that is why we talk about tapping on your past.
Yes.
So if I came across a Mutadi on a lengwana wa diabetes, if I tap to my past, I will trigger it. To say it's going to be a ton of emotions and hard emotions. I must render the services. So how much I
in the chaos.
So I can look at mama, this is life.
Such is life.
Wow.
Hey, man, I'm happy. I'm happy that I spoke to you today. They are possibly going through the same thing. You have shown nothing but positivity, and it shows that you are a professional in your own field, and I'm sure there's a lot of kids who will still see you most of the time about hey, but I believe some of them believe
I believe some of them baba tonko bosasa akita mutoro kungara antiza I know or this is my product.
Oh,
you
man.
Understand?
Oh, and how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. Baba, they even sent graduation pictures.
No.
Oh, remember, this field into Tile because Kinile Chinese Kereka Kilamana. Is that 2013 from NGO?
Yes.
OVC, Offense and Vulnerable Children.
Is it still operating?
Yes, it's still operating.
Okay.
Offense and Vulnerable Children at Risk and the HIV Directorate. From there, Kayakobo Sasa, Komafiki, Kiberekaka in conflict with the law. From there, get a down inpatient treatment center, whereby I'm working a substance.
Wow.
Young people will face some challenging a substance.
Wow.
Yeah, there are the programs, run my life spacing a bone. We do lay counseling.
Woo! No, your CV, man, your CV is impressive. But I'm just glad for today, but they got to learn. It's not the end of the world, especially how there's a certain type of disease. You become an advocate automatically. A teacher in regards to this disease. We are very lucky to have people who are very young and still willing to help. Not because maybe we promised to there somewhere, but because I think this is a calling more than mereko. It's a calling because I want to book a idira. I normally tell people, even if you go to school, there's a certain profession. It can be a mechanic, it can be an artist, for as long as you're not called for that. There's going to be somebody who's more talented than you in that field. So this one, To be honest, because then o deala ka batho, o deala ka bana, o deala ka bagolo, all in one from different backgrounds. I would be stressed every day.
Yeah, sure is a thing, but
How
how
go to
rata so saratang. Ibili, wait to uheleza ule bala liwena because once u tsena go kibo kama shock ya go dirang le Dlamini family.
Wow.
Like you preparing. Hara man ke bone all ha dikoshu tsa gagwe ha di sharp. You always have something to say. Like now if o tswa go rehab you always prepare gore kama shock rana programming. No man. Are we ka self awareness. Gore iwena.
Lastly, Neliswa, is it difficult to deal like a person who's on rehab? Because I understand once you go rehab, you need to change your surroundings. Is it difficult to create rehab and then still in the same community?
Very difficult. Remember, rehab, set the example rehab on its own, kiko luxury, even though there's services still degree. But the real rehab, ki outside.
Oh yeah.
You rehabilitate yourself outside. Because the moment you say no to this, occasion, only on your own, in your own comfort.
Yes.
But over no to drugs, then you are rehabilitating yourself. Remember, good rehab on occasion, even though the cravings how na access.
Yes.
You have the craving, you deal with it. You have your family medication, you have relaxes. But remember, at your own space, with your own mind, because the drugs are like young people.
That's true. That's true.
And they are very smart to such an extent. Somebody they are married. Wives are not even aware for this particular person who drugs. So imagine how knowledge held. That is where they end up stealing.
Yeah.
Because ukariya got bag in yan ki 50 rand. When I get it, to get 4. Meaning every day you must spend 200. Every single day.
Hey, Neliswa, I think that's where we leave it for today.
Okay.
There's a lot of things we can talk about. I think maybe one day we would have another discussion. I'm more interested in the education behind the sickness. It's a lot of people. We used to get worried about HIV. We used to get worried about certain sicknesses, but this one, it's like a thief. You won't even see it. I had a guy tell me, "Oh, you don't want to mess with this one." So I've learned a lot from people who have told me about it. For me to know what I need to do, just to be careful around. But you are a mom. You are a mom in your house. You are a mom outside. And so we are grateful for that. Thank you very much. For a child already saying just now, anale an urge people can connect with you on some levels. Somebody, I saw your interview and I wanted to talk to you. How do we get rid of? How do we get in contact with you to get rid of the stigma as a child? Because obviously, and your energy as a child. How do? Because I understand you can't hand over your contact details. How do we then contact you?
Facebook page, Neliswa Manyesa.
Oh, Facebook page. Kikishomari, you didn't go what you requested. Just for help and wellness.
Yeah.
Because I think if people can connect with you in that level, how easy and I'm glad that you've made it public so that it's kind of hence I'm saying this is a calling. Not anybody can just give away their Facebook handle for miracle. From 8 to 5. That's it.
No, I can create a Facebook.
Yes.
I don't have any problem.
Thank you very much, people, for watching. We are going to be talking to Neliswa, and we hope one day we will be following her on her journey, because it's very important for us to get educated and for us to know Sure.